head, and there he goes. Abyss gonna clean him up.
Olaf goes down. Everyone's just gonna line up here for Lazzy. He's gonna find himself the Quadra. Give it to him. Pentakill.
Priestley with the quad feet.
Gets the ace. Available, just spin to win all over.
That game was insane.
Hello, Saints, and welcome today to our first game of CollegiateR6 versus the University of Texas San Antonio. My name is Matt Avery, and I'm joined today by Dan Banners. How are you today?
Doing quite well. Looking forward to seeing some additional Siege action here. Of course, the CollegiateR6, the season opener for the season that the Saints first basically initially started getting into on the competitive or in collegiate side of things. And I'm very excited to see this this league back in action. This means we get ourselves a double dose of Rainbow Six action every week now. Chaos season is upon us, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's going to be a back-to-back, actually, of Friday nights and following that a Saturday night. So looking for some good R6 games. Hopefully a good one today, as map 1's going to be the good old Oregon.
Mm-hmm. And then you and I were actually discussing just a little bit prior to us going live that we know that Saints on Oregon is an absolute nightmare compared to some of the stuff we've been seeing during the Face It matchups. There's a couple moments of brilliance, yes, of course, but on average, they would look lost. And it always had me wondering, like, why do you save that for your last map? Because then you're forcing yourself to 2-0, or else you're going to go into Game 3 knowing that you're kind of struggling. And I like that they switched this up. Oregon, sure, it got let through, but we're playing it first. And then games 2 and 3 are going to be Consulate and Cafe, maps that the Saints are absolutely comfortable on. So it's going to be a solid fight throughout the entirety of tonight's match.
Yeah, and if it's based on how they map Veto usually and the pro scene, usually you'd expect it to have a few bans, and if Oregon's not one of those good ones, take it out. But usually Saints don't take it out there, and that's a bit of a downfall for them. But I think they're trying to push themselves to be able to get in there and be able to actually take an Oregon map. And as we talk about Oregon, we're going to be getting ourselves into that banning phase now.
Yeah, hopping right in here, so of course waiting for that Thatcher first ban. Of course.
Yep, there it is.
No surprise there on the side of St. Clair to get rid of that one. Now with Oregon, like, I'm trying to think of it compared to some of the other ones. Like, I think of like Clubhouse, for example, where it's like, if you really want to make a mess out of things, you get rid of electricity operators, you get rid of like Maverick, Hard Breachers. Now, what about Oregon? What do you take off here? And actually, going to be the same situation. Looks like Maverick going to get taken off the board here by UTSA.
Yeah, it's good. Maverick one of those target bans usually of any map that has significant wall reinforcement. So getting that Maverick off, so you can't get into the upper part of tower, and you can't get into bedroom as such. It's going to be followed up by a Mira on the side of UTSA, taking away that basement utility and master bedroom utility there. It's going to be the last ban going to be that Cade, talking about that electricity, keeping some of the electrical fields out of there. Most likely, if you've seen through a lot of the Saints games, they don't generally go for that electricity. They often opted for a mute, actually, more often than not. There it is, impact on his signature mute.
We'll be seeing a lot of it today.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. Pretty standard setup on the side of St. Clair. Big Papa pulling out the Ella first game on, so really expecting some big energy out of him.
Yeah, something we've been seeing just a couple, or a little bit more often as of late here for Big Papa and the St. Clair squad, just as like the last couple weeks maybe. So looking forward to seeing how he pulls off this operator. Of course, with those Gersmont mines able to lock down a spot to the point where you enter in and you could be in for a world of hurt if you're trying to shoot drunk, basically, as you're all stunned up.
Yeah, and one thing to we should probably mention is that the opposing team, the side of University of Texas San Antonio, we can mention their lineup. So as we have BZ on Habana today for the first round, we have Rose on the Twitch. We have Matcha, who did have the Jackal first, but he did swap it for the Zofia, so it's a blind Zofia that they do not know about. Then we have Zyra on the Ace, followed up by Ton on the Ash.
Yeah, I like these guys. The names are not too confusing to actually pronounce this time, so definitely appreciate that one.
Yeah, nice subtle names that don't have to waste an entire breath on just getting out before we can even finish our sentence.
I always say it time and time again, cast after cast, how many times I'll just sit there and I'll start a name and I'll just sit on it for like 5 seconds. Like, you know what? I'm calling you this. Never mind.
By the time you finish the name, the entire play is already over. But as we get into the first 30 seconds of the round, we're going to have UTSA taking the side of Big Tower here. Most likely going to try for the Big Tower wall with the Ace. As Habana breaches the inside of Master and Closet. I like their setup. They bring 2 hard breach, they can get both sides more easily. And as we see right there, you have the Ace breaching into Big Tower. And on the side of St. Clair, we have one person sitting in the tower watching an angle. Hoping to hit a headshot and wondering. They did get a nice walk-in hole here in Closet. With the addition of the new Habana charges, how being able to adjust how many you can shoot in instead of just shooting all 3 at once, or all 6, my mistake, at once, you can easily make these walk-in holes. And Big Papa taking a lot of damage from Ton, picking up the first kill of the entire game.
Solid start there for him, and the rest of his squad are right around the corner. We do see much fire through. The call-out was nice there, getting it off the drone and nearly putting Kira into a world of hurt. Just below 3/4 of his health still remaining. No headshots there, thankfully, for Kira. But the shots fired. That's going to be the Hibana down. So solid shot there from Kira. As they go 1 for 1 with each other.
Oh, they
actually
traded, yeah.
Unfortunate,
yeah,
little
a really good trade.
Calling out for ping.
You hate to see it. Yeah,
absolutely.
You hate to see the trade, but it's better than losing 1 for nothing. It's gonna be Impact actually getting picked off by Zyra here. And it's going to be Muncha trying to get the plant down on the pool table there. But he's going to go off the corner. The plant going down with the last 28 seconds in. C4 goes out. Hits Muncha for most of his health, but doesn't kill him. The plant going down completely. Zyra getting a double on the Chars. Chars is running straight into him. It's going to be Zombie Dude in a 1v4 now. They do have the pings onto both players. And it's going to be Zombie Dude actually getting the down with 1 HP. Not knowing that he downed him because he got flashed at the same time. Rose getting the TK. And it's going to be actually the, believe Matcha from below hitting him with the impacts of the Zofia finishing off the round. Oh, that's what
that was. I mean, just looking for an angle and you happen to find exactly where the Saints player was. So a good start here for UTSA. Got himself on the board first.
You got the call out from, I believe it was... Zyra there, who when he went down to the TK, he got the call out how much health he's on, and then just set up for the Zofia to shoot where he is.
Yeah, sometimes when you're downed like that, you're just basically an additional drone. Make the call out. You could still be the team player even if you're beyond the grave.
Interesting.
No more Ella this time.
Go back for the Yeah, they're gonna opt to go back to the same site, but instead of the Ella, they're gonna take the Goyo instead. Hoping most likely to get a bit more utility and I guess agency over the site, because they just kind of lost control of it really easily. They didn't. The Mew Jammers weren't that effective. The Twitch just took them out instantly. They breached both sides within really 10 seconds of each other, and just pushed together and just took out the Closet. So these Goyo take over the entire site when they blow, denying any plants, and we'll have to see how these Saints can hold off on the site once again.
I'll have to see UTSA off to, of course, a fantastic start. That round just looks extremely in their control, but with Big Papa going down, we got to see what kind of Big Papa are we getting here today, because sometimes we get the 12 eliminations, 3 deaths Big Papa, or sometimes we get the 0 and 12 plus accidentally getting TK'd Big Papa, and
Yeah.
the consistency is a little bit off sometimes, to say the least, there for him. But of course, not everybody has himself a stand-up performance every single game, so we'll have to see how
Well, I
he's
mean,
going to do.
To be fair, he did get those 3 kills last week after this 0-12 but with the TK, so
Very true.
he saved the game and won it for them, but it took him a while to come online. Luckily he had Kira completely popping off with that. Oh, I think it was 19 kills, almost hit 20.
Right, because he was in a similar situation actually last week, where last game he was maybe like 1 or 2 eliminations the entire game. Then he went like triple or something like that. Something really weird.
Yeah. It's gonna be UTSA actually taking a swift entry. They breached the exact same way in Closet, getting that walk-in hole. Much of breaching Armory and pushing up onto the hallway quickly, as well as Rose popping the Goyo shield on the bridge there. Ton slowly pushing up, taking the Maestro Cam out on the wall. Actually, no, he did get it. I thought he missed for a second. He did take it out. Goyo actually pinched him. Mucho might walk into him. He catches his foot when he shoots the mute drone. But actually doesn't do any damage to him. It's just going to be a little fright for the 2 players, and they're going to go back to holding their angles.
A bit of a stalemate here. Just over a minute left on the clock for the Saints to try and defend, or for UTSA to breach this site. And still multiple nitro cells on deck, and unfortunately there for UTSA, Mucha is going to get himself popped. Big Papa goes down, but he is going to get refragged over. Tun not going to waste any time, going to take him out nice and quick. 50 seconds now on the clock. Diffuser going to go into the hands of Tun. Zyra going to hang on by a thread. Beezy right there with the backup from the stairwell to get a kill that time by. So 3 Saints left with 30 seconds to go, and Tun looks like he's ready to make a move alongside Rose.
Yeah, it's going to be Tun getting his plant down. He had to go back and retrieve it from Much's dead body. It was going to be Impact getting it through the wall, but it wasn't in time, and the plant went down. Rose going down. It's going to be Impact getting a triple kill, but BC refragging for a double. Impact's knowing where he is, and he's looking for this quad feed here. Impact going for the plant. They have the ping underground, and he's actually going to get down from below. BZ getting the triple himself. It's going to be up to Chars to clutch it. Going for that defuse, and he knows to run around. He's going to stick it, but I don't think he has enough time. Oh, BZ barely missing his head because of the wall there. What an unfortunate thing for BZ and the side of UTSA.
Wow.
Oh, he just clipped his hand there.
Yeah, just tagged barely, but Saints going to be able to get the defuse just in time. And I like that they kind of hustled to make sure they got that one, because in theory, they could have just gotten sharked the entire time from below. I'm actually really surprised that the UTSA player went around to try, or went around and up the stairs to actually make that contest. But in theory, you probably could have just parked yourself underneath the floor and still got it, I think.
Yeah, there's not much of an angle you can really do with the bomb defuse there because of it being so close to the wall. So, in reality, he most likely could have just sat underneath it, but I believe he thought the player was either going to flank him down there or was already over the hole and just going to pop him. So, went for the quick rotate, but Char's on the quick defuse and barely getting away with it. His hand just getting clipped in the end, but it was a little too late.
Yeah, of course. We get to see all the information here from the skies, from everybody's point of view, but of course, they have absolutely no idea what's going on. That's absolutely true. Chars could have just completely ignored the diffuser and just tried to go hunt him instead. And your adrenaline's pumping. Sometimes you're going to make the wrong call, but that's A-okay. So got plenty of Siege left to play here tonight. Best of 3 action, and that's only round number 2 of a possible, well, or 13 even going on in this game.
Yeah, a lot of kills going both ways. Impact picking up that quick triple kill with his SMG-11, and then BZ taking that refrag back quickly. So both teams definitely going at each other very hard in the first 2 rounds. And it looks like on the side of St. Clair, they opted to go for that basement defense now since they won kids in bedroom. And not much change from the lineup. Big Papa did swap back to that that Ella. He picked himself up his first kill with the Goya onto Mucha last round, but was instantly refragged. And it's going to be the hatch opening in the main stairwell from BZ. And it's going to actually get both of them on security as well. It's going to be swift work being made by UTSA once again on these hatches. Actually, they're already down into freezer there with a ton.
And they're going pretty quick, to be honest here. And then Rose has a Twitch drone ready to find somebody. Does find the Malusi, so Char's gonna shut that down. Zombie dude getting himself peppered, nearly going down with a back and forth. I believe that was with Ton. I could be wrong, however.
Yeah, but I think he tried to. I don't know if he was standing up or he was trying to contest him, but there's a little hole in there in the wall there on that just got blown open there on Freezer that he just peeked up and died to. And it's gonna be Ton picking him off there after they throw nade after nade on him. Ton taking a lot of damage, basically on 1 HP now, I believe, from Kira. It's gonna be Mucha on the laundry stairs there, pushing in. Ton really just lighting up this laundry room, not giving much room for them to move around in. Mucha holding this angle hard on the corridor. Charles is in a really bad spot, not being able to move anywhere. And if Kiro doesn't look where he's going, he may actually walk into line of sight for Mucha.
Yeah, very possible. We get to see that bird's eye view, that whole stalemate, and that is going to be rough here for Impact. He's going to walk right into Mucha, and now this could be the opportunity that they need to push on forward. 2 Saints left. Char's, of course, not long for this world. A perfect round happening here for this side of UTSA as of this moment. It's going to be denied. Big Papa going to at least find the one. Rose gets peppered, and that's going to be another one here for Big Papa. Eventually, though, Rose is going to finish him off. All the Saints just dropped too quickly here, and UTSA going to take round 3.
Yeah, it was looking really good. They didn't lose a single member. Tons on that 1 HP, but didn't even go down that round. Got, I believe, himself 2 kills, and Mucha just pushing it from that laundry, and nobody was really expecting it. Impact did push up on him, but I believe he knew he was there, but just didn't win that gunfight. And now, since they're going to try again, Impact's going to switch from that mute to the smoke. Not much of a change up other than getting those toxic babes rather than mute jammers, so having themselves a kind of a rough time in these defenses, but seems once they get they lose that first sight round, they understand it next round.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the case. We'll see if they can end up pulling this one off again. But Impact definitely has to be careful here on the smoke, as we see him doing a little bit of redecorating here to some of these walls. But especially with mutes, sure, you plant your jammers and then okay then. You plant the jammers and then they go down and whatnot, or like you get taken out. I mean, your jammers are already down, so it's you already did your job in a sense. Obviously, you still want to be there to actually help defend the push, but you very well like your gadget's still down. Impact, however, now on the smoke, you go down early, you are absolutely just toast going into the round. Your operator pick just got no value.
Yeah, and especially on the site of laundry, Meat doesn't really have much of an impact compared to upstairs, and even in the upstairs, he wasn't really that useful. They easily breached the walls no matter what. It just seemed Rose got in, took out those mute jammers with his drone just instantly, and just nothing happened from it. So a good swap up here to try and get more impact. No pun intended. But UTSA taking over security again really quickly. Breezy's opening that hatch, using a couple of Hibana charges on the soft reinforcement there because he took the flashbangs to burn the ADSs. There's going to be Ton getting Chars and Freezer once again.
It just keeps getting
not
stuck
having-
here, it looks like.
Yeah, he's trying to hold this freezer, but I don't think I think he was a bit too close there behind that riot shield. He wasn't in his normal spot like what Zombie Dude is. But if Zombie Dude's not careful, he may just have the same fate as him.
Bomb located by attackers.
Okay, we see Rose right there alongside Tun, and Zyra has joined the party here as well. So much explosions, and Mucha right back into the corner as well. Very same spot as last time. So the dual-pronged attack about to go on down once again here. Mucha looking forward to the push. Going to get tagged a little bit, however. Going to be stuck to try again another time. Zyra still here as well. The ace trying to tear a hole in the wall as quick as possible. Noisy back and forth, but nobody getting tagged as of this moment. I think it's just Rose making a bunch of noise. Now, maybe take a different approach. Take it to the next floor. Mucha nearly would have found the head of Kira. And this is looking scary. And it
Yeah,
left.
BZ finding his way onto B side here real fast, but just getting taken out by Impact here, sitting on the freezer. Kira getting a little antsy, but Mucha finding Impact on the refrag.
No smokes.
Kira taking a lot of damage, yeah. They don't have any smokes. It's gonna be Mucha and Tun getting 2 kills instantly. Zyra getting the plant down. It's all up to Big Papa here on the flank. I don't believe they know that he's flanking from Laundry, but does he have the utility to? They actually have an idea he's coming from the flank here, and that's gonna be round 4 going to the side of UTSA.
Like that they didn't tunnel in on like the main objectives as well. They had somebody keeping an eye on their 6, and that's exactly where Big Papa was trying to strike. Shuts that down nice and quick, and now Saints are going to be going down a little bit here. Down 2 as UTSA got themselves a nice little lead.
Yeah, UTSA finding themselves some good rounds. They easily get into these hatches and make swift work of getting through freezer and back onto site, just get the plant down. And it looks like they're with kids opening up, St. Clair is going to go back to that kids in dorms. The Nomad being swapped back out for Hibana, and nothing much changing much. The mute coming from Impact and the Goyo coming out from Big Papa once again. And it's going to be the same as it has been for the past
Attackers need to locate
3
and defuse as many
rounds.
bombs as they can.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit nervous now here for the side of St. Clair, as it looks like UTSA really certainly get their momentum in check, get themselves into gear and ready to tear through the Saints defense if they can keep this one up. Granted, Saints started off strong, but just not quite enough control in this defensive round.
Yeah, and really their top fraggers like Kira and Big Papa just having kind of themselves a silent game again.
10 seconds to go.
Kira being 1-4 and Big Papa having a 3-4 game. The only real big thing that ever come out was Impact's triple, which was 2 rounds ago on this site. And actually Impact's gonna open up a small little hole there in the default plant spot. Wonder if they may be anticipating someone to be roaming downstairs and have a good positioning, but only time will tell to see who and what happens. Gonna be, I believe, Mucha inside armory almost. Actually, he is inside armory already in the main corridor now. And it's just gonna be real fast work coming in from the side of UTSA once again. Hibana most likely gonna be able to open this wall in the same position as usual. The Impact coming out, I believe, from below. Wasn't finding. Big Papa taking some damage, but it's actually gonna be him fighting Mucha in the hallway. A good trade there. And now, with losing what seems to be their main concussions and impacts, they're gonna have a bit more rough time getting through. They do have those 3 Ash charges from Tun, who's having himself a pretty good game, being 5-1 right now. But with only 1:45 being left, it's making a lot of time for the UTSA to work with.
Right around the corner. BZ doesn't realize there's 2 just around the corner. Is he going to be able to peek any of them, get the jump on them? Actually, that's going to be the impact from, not the impact, the Nitrocell rather, from below. Big Papa going to strike again. Finds himself his 2nd kill of this round. And the 5v3 in the favor of St. Clair, not looking too good for UTSA with just over a minute left to go. They're going to have to pick up that diffuser. However, it's kind of an awkward position. Zera getting a little bit dropped down just a touch, but he's going to be able to at least get that wall open prior to anything really crazy happening.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
Actually, Tun is about to walk into one right here, right now. He's going to get the jump onto Kira, finishes him off. Is there any other Saints nearby? I do believe there is, right around the corner.
They
Big
do
Papa.
know Big Papa's there. They have the pings on Big Papa there. Don't know where the drone is, but they do have line of sight of where he is, and he's kind of cornered there as Tun's just keeping his line on him. But Zyra's going to find Impact. The Impact coming out.
through the smoke.
Ooh, yeah, it's going to be 3 people. Tun finding Big Papa on the shield blow, and Zyra finding his double there. It's going to be Chargers getting picked off by Zyra. A triple kill coming in.
A round that looked like it was going to be decisive in Saints' favor just absolutely flipped on its head after some huge kills from Zyra, and looked fantastic. Now 4-1 in the favor of UTSA. No, this is not exactly one of Saints' favorite maps, but they got to figure out something nice and quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking a little like, I believe 2 weeks ago when Face It, they went down 5-1 in the half and came back. They did come back. I believe they finished at 7-5, but they did lose. But was definitely not something to be proud of.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
Oregon,
as they can.
not one of the strongest, as they've shown repeatedly in the last few weeks when they get it.
Yeah, that's a go back to the drawing board kind of matchup, but of course, Saints have themselves some time to try and figure something out, and I know Coach is not going to just let this map be a sour spot. They're definitely going to try and learn things and get things back into gear. Because to be honest, Oregon, as of like a while ago, like you never ever really saw this map get selected. It was almost always banned. But just as of late, it feels like maybe in the last 3-4 months of CollegiateR6 play, have we actually seen it show up more often, and it's interesting to say the least. Getting a little bit of extra variety, but at the same time, gonna have to make sure you have the proper strategies going into this one with it showing up more.
Yeah, I like the swap up here from Impact. Opting for the Bandit this time to get some more electricity going down, and also making having that extra nitro cell as well. Nitro cells are probably one of the biggest things to have, at least on kitchen defense, because where Impact is right now, it's such a hard way to peek it due to the wall in the couch there. So having those nitros to just kind of like check over there and just get a clean little snipe on somebody is good to have. But UTSA making swift work of this upstairs in the first 30 seconds. It's going to be them opening up the entire floor to get some vision into kitchen. They're going to find some ADSs on the floor.
Nice.
Always a little bonus, but it's going to be Big Papa finding their top frag and Tun, my mistake. But it's going to be refragged by Zyra. Getting a little antsy on this. Oh, what a headshot from Zyra, finding it onto Chars and security. Unlucky, Zombie Dude was right beside him, but he just wasn't peeking it far enough, wasn't able to see an angle. Rose above the security door now, watching in there. They do have an idea of where the Zombie Dude is. He's gonna get caught out through the floor, goes down, but does he know he's downed? He does, and he finds him off with the pistol kill. 2-4 in the last 90 seconds left in the round. Kira finding a frag onto Zyra. One of their hard breaches going down. But is this going to be enough? Kira popping out, getting some damage down. It's going to be the plant going down from Matcha. I believe Kira knows that it's going down. It's going to be the Nitro Cell going through the wall, picking off nobody. It's going to be a 1v3 for Impact to find.
It's definitely going to be difficult. Unfortunately, that Impact, it didn't even, or not that Impact, that Nitro Cell didn't even, like, just scratch the surface of the HP pool. And sure enough, UTSA going to clean this up in quick fashion after the facts. Rose going to turn the corner and just spot him. Take him down, and now we have ourselves, what, a 4-1? 5-1? 5-1
Yeah,
now.
I believe it's 5-1, yeah. 5-1 and a half. Maybe. It is possible that St. Clair can find their footing in this attacking. It's hard. I believe Oregon is defender sided, so it is a bit rough.
Yeah,
I
for
think
the
it's
Saints,
defender sided. Or yeah,
for the Saints, you don't want to hear that. Like that's definitely rough.
yeah.
And of course, with it being halftime, do you want to give a quick shout out to the sponsors that do make this all possible here at the St. Clair Saints varsity esports team. Big thank you, St. Clair College, PC Outlet, Tim Hortons, Zeppelin School of Business and Information Technology, St. Clair College Alumni Association, and the St. Clair SRC. Big thank you for the support here on the St. Clair varsity esports team.
Yeah, and I believe it is defender sided, if I'm not mistaken. It may, or it may just be one of those magical maps that have swapped into attacker sided, but many of the maps created nowadays are defender sided, which is very
I
sad.
just say Siege in general just feels defender sided,
Yeah, I think
as is.
70% of them are defender sided.
5 seconds left.
And for the first time in a little while, actually, we get to see Echo in play. Zyra going to be picking that up.
Yeah, it's gonna be yeah. Usually he is banned out. Not much of a at least in competitive on Oregon, you don't see it much as like a big threat because there's more utility that you can use. Oregon's more of that kind of like go in and firefight map rather than sit back for that intel. But it's gonna be the standard go-in for St. Clair here. Kira on the Twitch. And Zombie Dude, who's not having himself the best game, being 0-6 right now, bringing out that Nomad. As well followed up by the Ace, Zofia, and Ash. Only opting for one hard breach, so they're not gonna get the split. Most likely gonna get this tower breach going. Yep, there it goes right there from Chars. That's gonna be tower opening unless the meat jammer has blocked it.
Yeah, should be able to get through that. See momentarily here as Kira and Big Papa looking to try and find themselves another opportunity to sneak in here.
Oh, they looking like they're actually gonna breach both sides. I think they're gonna leave Big Papa in that tower by himself with Zombie Dude hovering, but they're gonna try and breach this closet as well and get a double angle off with the the two charges left from Chars.
And as we can see all the defensive line here for the side of UTSA, and as soon as Kira walks in through that door, he's got to be careful. Matcha will be right there, and they're going to try and drone him out, but Matcha and the rest of the UTSA squad doing a good job of at least shutting down some of those drones. So, not going to have exactly the greatest of eye lines, or sight lines.
That was huge right there. Impact getting the mute jammer from underneath the floor with the Zofia charge, just able to let Chars throw that impact in, or his Ace in there, but an impact followed up from the side of UTSA breaking it, so only half of it went off.
Bomb located by attackers.
Luckily he
Drop the bomb.
He got lit up.
I believe he got picked off by Matcha there on the door. He was trying to throw his second charge in. He did get it off in the last second. Kira barely getting through that doorway before getting clipped. Matcha getting a bit greedy, but Kira's gonna go down, and that's gonna be a double for Matcha. With the fuser down in the bedroom. It's gonna be Impact jumping right on top of Ton, and as well as Zyra picking up Big Papa in the big tower. Zombie Dude just getting picked off, and it's gonna be the run out from BZ, a flawless round to make that 6-1 for UTSA. Match point.
That was a rough, like, trickling in attack there for St. Clair. Just one after another, one at a time. One enters, one dies. One enters, one dies. One enters, one dies. Doesn't matter which angle you go in. If you're trying to multi-prong attack, you kind of have to all blitz at the same time. Otherwise, they can just clean you up nice and quick. And now, we could be very well at the very tail end of this very first game, which will be definitely rough for the St. Clair Psyche, but they can at least rest assured knowing there's a little bit more comfortable maps around the corner. But it's still, if they were to come down off of a quick game one, that would definitely hurt a little bit. And yes, BZ, let's go.
I'm more looking at Kira. He has the Collie out right now, and he's not hovering a 6-pick on it.
Yeah, if you've been
I
watching,
do like the frost coming in.
Yeah, if you've been watching the the Saints stream for a while now for Rainbow Six matches, you know that I am an absolute sucker for the crappiest trap artists in the game. Of course, Capcan and Frost are my two go-tos. There's a reason why I don't enter ranked queues, but it's a-okay. I still like seeing them get pulled out every once in a while. Does the Frost mat actually get a kill in this game? I want to say yes. My heart is saying yes, but it's very difficult.
I have a feeling it's gonna be. Yeah, I did not know actually. They gave Frost a super short, so she now can have both her main weapon and a side shotgun. Very interesting.
The scary thing here
Makes
too.
her very more versatile.
For sure. The scary thing too, this Frost was 6 picked over. Saints don't know what's going to hit them here, as we do see some of the traps getting underway. And hopefully for the side of the Saints, they have their shin guards ready, because this is going to hurt if they aren't ready for it. And Kira, like you said, was on the Cali, so this is definitely a different pick for him as well.
Oh,
Do they
they
spot
went by
it?
it. They didn't see it. They didn't ping it. They went over it, but I don't think anyone saw it. I'm very interested by this Collie pick, especially on a basement defense. They know they will go basement, so I'm very curious as to the option behind the very long-range pick in a close-range site.
Yeah, for
It's
real.
gonna be Zombie Dude, yeah. Zombie Dude and Big Papa here going to be clearing out stage, while Kira and Impact try and take blue. Gonna be Kira clearing. Oh, the ADS is actually popping it, but attempting to clear out some of the barbed wire there. And if it did go off, I believe he did destroy that frost mat with it. If,
Yeah. There was, like, the Saints did actually ping it out, so somebody, Eagle Eyes on that, or Griffin Eyes rather, just taking care of that frost mat. So the frost in play is no longer a surprise, but still, those you gotta be careful. Those things kind of blend in pretty decently, so watch your corners.
yeah, you know they're in the game, but do you know where? That's the big thing.
You always find out right
West.
after it chunks you.
Oh, there goes the first Toxic Babe, but it's going to be a trade kill. I believe it was Impact in finding Rose. It's going to be Mucha and Beezy finding Zombie Dude and Chars.
Located by attackers.
That's a huge pick-off. That's going to be Mucha finding 2 on Kira. And it's going to
Make
be
that
Mucha
another.
finding 3! Yeah, it's
Plus
going to be
Diffuser.
3. Diffuser down as well, and it's going to be 10 finding Big Papa, making that a 7-1 game.
Yeah, that last round was definitely rough as well. The frost basically had no effect whatsoever when you had much tearing through everybody. So beautifully done from UTSA to get themselves the first game here on Oregon, 7-1. Granted, as we do quickly throw this over to us in a moment here, we're taking a look at the scoreboard. So 2 9s and a 10 on the side of UTSA.
Yeah, it's some good stuff coming out from the side of UTSA. Unfortunate for I think Clair, they only finding 3 members with kills on the board. Chars and Zombie do not having the best of game on Oregon today, but Consulate, most likely they're picking that map veto, very comfortable on it, so they know what they're going to be doing and can hopefully try and find that comeback.
Absolutely. They're going to have to, because it's going to be a little bit rough here. Of course, you're coming down off of a very rough first game. So Psyche's not going to necessarily be in your favor. However, now you get the rest assured that it's a map that you're actually somewhat comfortable with. We see them do a very solid job last week on Consulate, where they absolutely dominated the team that they were playing there. But we'll have to hope that they can turn that one around, because that was rough there. Solid first game for the University of Texas, San Antonio.
Yeah, very, very good stuff coming outside of UTSA. It's very dominating. A lot of their big plays coming out from actually mostly every member except for, I think, Rose. He was a bit silent, but silent in kills, not in utility. He was
Exactly.
definitely coming alive with that twitch throughout the entire game, taking out pretty much every mute jammer that allowed them into that upstairs site every round. So good stuff coming out from the side of Texas, San Antonio, and see how things play out on Consulate.
Yeah, of course, best of 3 series here. The Saints aren't done yet. That definitely hurt a little. We'll have 5 minutes to throw to a very quick break to get this lobby set, and then we'll be right back at you with game number 2 between UTSA and St. Clair College.